I just took my wig off. You know, I just took my wig off, so don't mind my hair. But I don't think I look too bad without my wig. I think I like it. This is my natural hair. But anywho, I'm not here to talk about my hair. I just want to tell somebody out there that sometimes you actually need to let people believe whatever it is they want to believe. Okay? Sometimes stop. You don't need to be explaining yourself. Just let people believe whatever it is they want to believe and focus on your character, because at the end of the day, God knows the truth and He sees your heart. So just let people do what they want to do. Let people say whatever it is they want to say, and let your character preach. That is the word that came to my mind, and I just wanted to share with somebody out there today. Let people believe whatever it is they want to believe, okay? God knows the truth and He sees your heart. He sees all of our hearts, okay? We can only hide from men, we cannot hide from God. So don't be worried if people are constantly sometimes slandering your name. Things you didn't say, they will say you said it. Things you didn't do, they will say you did it. Some people even judge you before they even get to know you based off of your appearance. They think they could, just by looking at you, just by mere looking at you from head to toe, just by looking at your outward appearance, they've already judged you. They already think that they know everything about you. So it's just the way life is. It's just unfortunately the way society is, and a lot of the times these things are out of our control, they're out of your control. So no matter how much you even try to prove yourself, no matter how much you try to explain yourself, some people they already have a preconceived notion about you. These are people that already have the mindset on who they think you are. Even if they could be wrong, they've not actually gotten to know you. Someone might have said something that is completely untrue about you, just trying to tarnish your reputation and your character. But because they already wanted a reason to see you in that light, they don't even bother to even give you the benefit of the doubt. They don't even bother to even get to know you personally on their own. So sometimes it's just pointless trying to, not trying to convince people not to believe certain things about you. Just live your life. Let people believe what they want to believe. God knows the truth and He sees your heart. He sees what we don't see. Just be yourself. Be you. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. Even these people that are busy judging you, that are busy spreading untrue things about you, things that you didn't say, they will say you said it. Things that you didn't do, they will say you did it. These people that are busy talking about, they themselves, they're not perfect. They are not perfect. Okay, the Bible tells us to remove the log in your own eye before you start pointing at somebody else. But it's just the way life is. It's just the way society is these days. People are people, and we're very quick to judge others. We're very quick to point at others. But then when it comes to ourselves, when it comes to looking in the mirror and examining our own character, certain traits about our own selves, about looking at how we can become better versions of ourselves, we give ourselves more grace than we give to our neighbor, than we give to the next person. We're not as critical of ourselves as we are of others, of the people around us. That's why the Bible calls this kind of people hypocrites. The Bible tells us to first take up the plank from your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. But a lot of the times in this generation, people who are always pointing fingers, judging other people, criticizing other people, you're doing this, you're doing that, she did this, she didn't do. They themselves, they are not even perfect. Their hands are not, everybody has, everybody has many things that we're still trusting God to help us on this walk, to help us become better people, to help us become better Christians, better versions of ourselves. We're not perfect. Even people that come out here to encourage others, people that post videos, people that kind of try to motivate others, you don't have to be perfect. We're not perfect. Nobody's clean, nobody's perfect. I want to tell somebody out there that you don't have to be perfect for God to use you. Don't feel you have to be perfect for God to use you. Okay? You don't have to be perfect to help others, for God to use you to help others. Just being willing and empathetic and just being relatable is enough, because throughout the Bible we see God using imperfect people for the sake of his mission to bring hope to the world. And the individuals that God used were people that he didn't call the popular, he didn't call the rich, he didn't call the successful to further his ministry, but rather he called the poor, the broken, and the faithful. Okay, so if you look at that team, they were a team of misfits with, you know, nothing to lose but everything to gain with God. See that it didn't matter where people were from, what they had done, who they used to be, what their past was like. Jesus used all people for the good of his will. Okay, and you know, and I just want to encourage somebody that God can use you too. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be, you know, a saint for God to use you. Okay? God used a lot of broken people. He used Elijah. Elijah was suicidal. Moses, he had a speech problem. Okay? Gideon, he was afraid. Samson was a womanizer. Rahab was a prostitute. The Samaritan woman, she was divorced. Naomi was a widow. David was a murderer. Jacob was a cheater. Okay? So I just want to tell somebody out there that you are worthy enough to be used by God. Okay? Let alone loved by him. Just remember that Jesus used a bunch of flawed people to share hope to a flawed and broken world. So in God we find renewal, we find mending, and we find purpose, because Jesus didn't call the equipped. Okay? He equipped the called. And no matter what you've been through in your life, I just want to tell you that you have to remember that that same power that conquered your brokenness within you is also worthy to give you life. You are worthy of life. You are worthy of God's love. You are worthy of joy. You are worthy of a fulfilling purpose that will take you to places that you've never imagined reaching. So do not ever look down on yourself. Do not ever let anybody make you feel less of yourself because of your past, because of who you used to be. No. The Bible tells us, Romans 8:28, that, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So you have been called to become who God has destined you to be.